All right, we are in the home stretch of Christmas cards. So this bin is filled with card fronts. Yesterday, we re-glittered any trees, so this whole stack that needed to be re-glittered. Today, we're doing these. We're doing all of these cards, and there's a lot of them. There's not a small amount of them. So, Mom and I have gone through and figured out which style we like best, and the answer is we like them all and we like that there's sort of some variety. So I'm going to go through and add hooks to these ones quickly. I guess you really don't need this when you're not working off the page like I was for trees. So let's grab a detail brush. Let's also tuck my tea out of the way because that would be a very me thing to do. Be to should this one go this way? Should we have a horizontal one? No. Okay. Let's do all these loops. All of the loops. And so there's a lot of color variations in cards. We've got silver ones, we've got gold ones, we've got sparkly ones of all sorts. And so I thought today it would be fun so that I've got a whole bunch more shimmer palettes with colors. I've got like 300 to 400 shimmer colors. So today, if you donate, you can choose either the outline color, or you can choose which card I pull from this stack. So there's a lot of color options. You get to choose. I'm gonna let these two dry. Hello. How do I want to do this one? I don't know how many of these darker ones I'm gonna do, mostly because the dark Galaxy Hollow is hard to work with. It just doesn't make quite as nice of a line. So I'm gonna set those over there. Also, some of these are gonna get, like this one needs more. It's gonna get more. It's just not gonna get more now. I love painting. I paint all the time, but we are in Christmas card season because our Christmas Bazaar is in a little bit. It's like less than 10 days away. I got the call today letting me know that I was allowed to set up on the Friday. So I want to try this. This is the pearl that I use on Christmas tree cards. Let's pull a Christmas tree card. And it just like gives this like nice little hint of shimmer. As you can see, the edges on these ones aren't as nice. They're not perfect. I tried the salt technique and it didn't work very well. So instead, I'm using these to test color combinations. Nope. I already know this is going to be a no. The nice thing is that because this is an in-person bazaar, I can do a seconds pile. And so all these testers can go in the seconds pile. And I'll just probably sell them for a couple dollars less. because it really doesn't show up enough. It works on the other cards though. So, as I said earlier, a super chat today means that you get to pick your card from the pile for me to paint. And I've only pulled a select number of shimmers, but I have hundreds of them in my palette, which is sitting beside me on the floor. I just don't have desk space for a lot of them. So oil paint's its own beast. I don't use oil paints. Oil paint takes months and months to dry. Oil paint stays workable for a very long time. I'm not the person to ask about painting with oils though, because it's not the medium that I use. I'm just not. Other than the fact that I know that it takes forever to dry from friends, I'm not super familiar with it. It's just not the paint medium that I use. I use watercolor. That's about it. It is sort of fun, like it's just got that hint of shimmer. I'm being very careful not to dip into my teacup because I've done that before. We're gonna do another gold one. I really like the dark with the gold. It's also very dry right now, and so nothing is staying wet for any length of time. Like as soon as things have any amount of time to sit. So this will get stamped with at least one more Christmas ball. I'm just being particularly lazy. And deciding to do all my line work on cards first, and then I'll go through once I've done line work and figure out where I need to add stuff. And I'm also just doing, once I think I need to add more, I'm just doing the gold line work, or the whatever the glitter color is, because I don't want to have a black line where I end up adding another circle. I love these cards. They're so much fun. Right, this one, will it get another one? It might not. We might just go up this way or this way. I'm not sure which way I'll take it. It's gonna be gold though. There's just something about the blues and the gold. I need to go back to doing these in standard circle sizes so that I don't have to do all the circles by hand. So it's gonna go up this way. Actually, I like it more that way. So actually, there is something sort of fun about that. So once it's dried, I might do a line of hollow. I might put another. I guess I could stick up at the top all the examples. Right now it's what we're working with. I'm gonna stick another one in there. Two looks awkward, but I don't know. I might stick a part one down here. But they're definitely going up that way. It'd look too weird to stick one here. There. That's strong enough, we can go back to it. And so what we're gonna do, just gonna grab silver. This is not my favorite silver, but it is a fairly good silver. I think it'll work for what I want. This might not work, but that's okay because this is a tester one. Yeah, it doesn't work. Well, that happens sometimes. That happens. Because it looks, you've got the flare edges, but only if you're looking at it. If you're looking at it straight on, it just looks too clumpy, in my opinion. We'll see how it dries down. All right. Adding to the drying pile. Where do I think if I add another one? Oh, I don't know. That'll just be left for now. All right. Let's sort this into variety. Because right now, they're all mixed up. Oh, only some of them are mixed up. Those are easy. Those are just getting black. Those are blues. Oh. Some of these are too skinny. How did that happen? Well, two of these are a 1/4 inch off. These two. They're the only two that are a 1/4 inch off. Yes. All right. I can learn to deal with that. So we have burgundy, we have shimmery, we have chrome, we have gold, we have green, we have purples, we have blues. All right, we're gonna leave golds for last. And unless somebody makes a super chat and requests golds, we're gonna leave golds. Golds are gonna be easy. That's too small. That's going up there. Now that's going there. Let's start with greens. Mostly because I did 2 sheets of greens, and so I've got no shortage of greens. So there's green number 1. We are going to do gold because I feel like it. And I think green and gold is always a nice color combo. way or this way? I think this way. Okay. This is gonna go here. So known as, I finally figured this one out. Not trees in bird's eye view. Though honestly, that gave me the biggest laugh I'd had in a very long time, and so I appreciated it. So, I enjoy having a reason to laugh. And honestly, they were the green ones. They look tree-esque. Did anything else need? Nope, it was just that one. Cool. I've just dipped that matte brush into shimmer water, which is the story of my life currently. Like 90% of my paintbrushes now need to be cleaned because they've been contaminated by shimmer water. Okay. All right. Am I going to do this whole stack of greens, or am I going to get really bored before I finish this stack of greens? I think the answer is I'm going to get really bored before I finish this stack of greens. Let's see if this is redeemable. I don't know that it is. Actually. Honestly, sure. I will accept that. I love that one. Honestly, that was a great day. We had fun. You made me laugh really hard, and it was fabulous. I sort of like these ones out. That's fair. I'm literally going to be here for hours because yesterday Mom and I cut down all of the panels. This is the stack of tree panels that I fixed the glittering on last night, and I've probably got over 100 of these in various colors. And so, honestly, as soon as somebody makes a super chat, they get to pick the next series of colors because I'm going to get bored. And oh, did he? I haven't watched it yet. I'm so between this and Scriptus and like trying to make sure there's actually a video on Saturday. Because in the same week stretch, it's Scriptus, Christmas Bazaar, and my 24th birthday. And so I'm just drowning. That is totally okay. Live streaming makes a tiny bit of money, which is also very nice. And my July, August, September YouTube check is going towards buying myself a birthday present at Scriptus because I got a Matthew Chen appointment. And so he is going to do some custom nib work for me. Though I haven't decided what I'm actually getting, which is really funny. I've got an appointment, but I like don't know what custom work I actually want done to my pens, which was a conversation I was just having with one of my friends. Was like, most people get nib appointments knowing what they want. I have a nib appointment and have no idea what I want. I'm gonna need to add something over here. It's got some empty space. Oh, that one's cool. That one's cool. Yeah, I need to watch Vincenzo's show from this week. Because I do like watching it. I just haven't had... Normally it's background noise. I don't always have time to like sit down for... I think it's normally over an hour. I don't have time to sit down for an hour in one go normally. And so I will be watching it. Actually, I'll probably watch it when I'm packing for Scriptus. Because I am sort of procrastinating on that. Like, I've got my list. I just don't actually have any packing done. So every time I get Matthew to do something to one of my pens, I do go, I should really get you on video to have a chat with you. And I never do. This is probably going to be the fourth time. It's either the third or fourth time I've had Matthew do custom work for me on pens. But it's the first time I'm getting custom grinds done. Normally I get Matthew to do tunings. And he's excellent at those. And I've got custom stuff that you can get custom but is off the shelf. Like I've got an Architect from Fountain Pen Revolution. I've got a Fude on one of my pens that I just bought off the shelf. But it's one of those, like, I don't actually know what I want. And that's sort of a weird feeling. I'm going to put the hooks on these, even though I'm going to end up sticking another one up here. Because I think there's just too much white over here. That was the thing, like I made these with big panels and then they got cut down, and so there's some white space. Yeah, I think so. I'm hopeful. I was talking to Julia here while I was eating lunch because she put out her Colorado Pen Show video. Because she was many months ago when she filmed her 20 questions episode. She was the one that gave me the idea of getting Kaweco nibs custom ground because they're one of my most used pens. It makes sense just to get them ground. And then she got one of her Pelicans ground, and I went, well, I have a Pelican M200 from Gary that I really like. I love the pen itself. I really dislike the nib on it. And right now the Pelican distributor for Canada is changing. And so you can't buy Pelican nibs in Canada right now. And so I'm going, do I just want to get a new nib for my Pelican? Like, get that extra fine turned into, I don't even know if Matthew would turn an extra fine into a mini stub. But if he would, like, do I want, is it going here? I don't know. We'll put the dot and then we'll figure it out. So it's like, what do I actually want? Let's do one of these. We haven't done one of these yet. Oh, that one's got some personality. I think it has to hang. You can pull it off this way, but we are definitely doing it in black. So I think there's going to be one more card stream once I've done all this, because there's going to be the one I stamp out my card backgrounds that these get mounted on when they go on cards, so that they're not just on plain backgrounds. And so I think there'll probably be one more live, because I'll need to do a live where I mount these on, or where I stamp out the backgrounds. But first I need to decide what background I'm using for these ones. My hand's shaky. Oh, there's a loop. So just like that, the direction of these has been decided. Sort of a bad thing when my hand is this shaky this early into a live. So I've always wondered what a long blade is. Is it just sort of a weird version of an architect? So I have a fountain pen Revolution architect that I quite like. But I don't use the pen it's on all that often, which is why I was thinking of getting an architect on I actually quite like that one. It's sort of fun. All right, I think we're gonna do, these are dry. Yeah, that's dry, which means these are all dry. That's dry. That's still wet. That's dry. You're dry. You're dry. You're dry. You're dry. You're dry. All right. The pile of things that need hooks added to them. These two are getting it done with paint. Let's do those first. I quite like an architect nib. I just don't like the pen my architect is It's a Jinhao 82, which is their dupe of a Sailor Pro Gear. Which is fine. That's probably true. That's how I feel about my Fude. It's fun for titles, and that's pretty much all I use it for. Oh, lovely to know who advertises on my videos. I would say I don't block. Am I blocking anything ad-wise right now? I don't think so. Though I did have to tell somebody in the States that I had no control over the political ads they were seeing. As a Canadian, I had no control over the US political ads that were showing in front of videos. Oh. Some of these bows are better than others. All right. Oh, it wasn't dry. It wasn't dry. I love a good Christmas bauble card. Okay, 4 of them left, and then we get to keep drawing circles. Oh, that's way easier. I love them. Which is good because I've got hundreds to do. Like literally hundreds, or probably 100. What was it? It was 18 a sheet. And there were 9 sheets. Yeah. That's wet. All right. What is that? That's all right. So we have that many done and dry. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. It's a great pen. I only have one of them. I only use it for waterproof ink because I don't want to wreck anything nice. And I stand by that it's the perfect pen for waterproof ink because they are cheap, they're easy to replace, and they seal really well. I will probably be picking up one in medium the next time they go on sale because they seal so incredibly well for waterproof ink. Currently, this one's an extra fine, which works really well for things like this. But sometimes you just want a thicker extra fine, or you want a thicker waterproof black line. And sometimes you have moments like this where all of a sudden it is very juicy. I like it that way. I love this one. So yeah, I have, this pen has only ever had Sailor Kirigiro, which is their waterproof black in it. Probably, I had 5 sample vials before I got my bottle because I couldn't find it bottled anywhere. And I think I've probably been through 10 ml of my bottle. This is the pen I refill the most because I'm just constantly going through it. But it doesn't dry out. Like, I can leave it on my desk capped for weeks and come back to it and it still writes, which with waterproofing isn't typical. So it's absolutely perfect. I have not tried. Have I tried them at pen shows? I think I've tried them at pen shows. I don't own any of the Lamy inks. They're just not inks that have been in my wheelhouse. So I don't actually own any of them. I love this one. The funny thing is, like, a bunch of these are turning into like one-off cards because I haven't repeated the thing on any other card. That is the nice thing about doing a handmade event or a Christmas event like this where I can have so much inventory. I'm gonna put one here. Run them. You going to? Or I'm just gonna turn it like this. I'm gonna turn it like this. So my first, want to say my first in-store pen purchase was a Lamy Vista in a broad nib. Currently being daily driven by mom, and has been for a number of months, because I find the Lamy grip is just sort of in the wrong spot for my hand. And so I genuinely don't actually I didn't use it all that often, and mom wanted a broad nib, and I went, oh, I have a pen in the studio that I'm not currently using that's a broad nib, and so currently mom is daily driving the Vista. There, that looks less awkward. Yes, that's fair. I find the Lamy grip is just in a little bit of a weird spot for my hand. And so I don't like my Lamy very much. And so when mom wanted something with a different grip, or really? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I am very much of the, can this one be a horizontal one? I haven't done any horizontal ones. All the ones I've done have been verticals, but I feel like this would make a fun horizontal one. I'll maybe come back to it. Ooh, that one's gonna need another dot. It is, oh, so is that one. Like, it is interesting to see what, I thought there'd be a lot more panels that I need to go back and fix. Like, there aren't all that many. Actually, we're gonna go and do the gold on this one, because this has dried. Yeah, it's just the grip. Like, I like the Lamy nibs. They tend to be pretty solid. But I like the Pelican grip. Or no, the Pelican grip. I like the Pelicano. I like the Faber-Castell grip as well. But the Pelicano has, not Pelicano, the Pelican Twist. How many pens am I going to name before I get to the one I'm talking about? The Twist. The Twist has the grip in the same sort of setup as the Lamy. And it's just, however they've got it orientated, just works a little bit better for my hand. I almost feel like I need to put another one in here. I'm gonna go gold. Oh wait, no, we're gonna go silver. Ooh, okay. I've been really liking, well, I got the Banu from Gold Spot, which is the first time, like, I've played with people's Banus at pen shows, or friend Banus, like, when they've come over, or I've had met up with them for, like, the afternoon. Like, I've spent quite a lot of time using a Banu for somebody that didn't own a Banu. I really like the grip on the Banu. And I currently have the pieces ordered to eyedropper it, so that'll be a November video. Because they say it's eyedropperable, and as far as I can tell, there's not actually a video on the internet of somebody eyedroppering the pen. And so, you know, seeing as I have a quite lovely demonstrator version, we're gonna eyedropper it. And it will hopefully work quite well. But I really like the grip on the Banu, and I really like the grip on the Esterbrook Esty. Both have a very, very round, smooth grip. And I really like it. Yeah, like the Esty's just got this really nice smooth grip. I have a feeling other Esties will be added to my collection over the years. Just because I really like the grip on them. But also because it's Scriptus this weekend, Heinz Penco is coming. And one of my friends is helping at his booth. So I might actually talk to her about his pens a little bit, because I do have a desire to have a handmade pen in my collection. And out of all the makers, he seems to be very clip forward on his pens. And I need the clip to help me in getting caps off. Clipless does not work for me. So we're gonna talk to Tori about the Heinz pens when she's in town this weekend. Really, my most important thing is, like, can I get the cap off without help? So I move the camera more so I can. I'm slouching so badly compared to. Normally when I paint, I sit up so tall. I'm so tired of doing Christmas card stuff, and I desperately don't want, when I get home from Scriptus on Monday, I don't want to have to paint a whole bunch of these again. Like, I want to just have to stick things in envelopes and, like, be done with it. Which means I need to paint today and tomorrow, and then I can be done. But I really want to be done. We're not going to add another to this. I'm over adding another to this. I think you're this, actually. I'm being really careful not to dip my paintbrush into my cup of tea. Because I would say my productivity tool is, I'm so tired of this. I don't want to be doing this. Or know that when I'm at Scriptus, I'm coming home to this. Because there's no way to streamline this process. Like, I streamlined the part of this process that could be streamlined. And now I'm on to the really annoying part where everything is done by hand and takes forever. And these 4 are dry and get to go in the dry pile, which is continuing to grow actually. We're at like 10 in the dry pile. We'll go like that. To be fair, you have seen most of this process. You have seen me complain about painting. You've seen the excitement of getting a booth, to complaining about painting trees, to painting a whole bunch of trees, to painting these and complaining about painting these. And now we're like in the home stretch in a way. I've got, you know, what time I'm allowed to arrive to set up. I know how many blanks I have here for cards. I have, like, I'm so close to being done. All right, have fun. I am going to slowly continue to lose my mind. I like that one. Okay. Jake is in here. Oh. There. All right. All right, these ones are easy. These just get black hooks. We're gonna just bang through them. We're just going to like speed run all of these. One, two, 3. This one. I don't know how many of this silver I'm going to sell, mostly because there's so much sort of overspray from the silver, whereas these ones are super fun, and I might do another set of them. I love these ones. Oh. So much fun. Oh. Be so burnt out of Christmas in a few weeks. For now, though, or actually, 2 days ago I was burnt out on Christmas. 2 days ago I was done. Now I'm doing okay again. So much fun. All right. Let's do the black on these. And then I get 2. I had to choose a new color. Because there's sort of our 5. We've got gold. There we go. I love these cards. There's just something so fun about them. All right, here, last 3 of this set. And then I had to pick, I guess then we're gonna do lines on all of the sparkly ones we just did. And then I get to I love that one. Actually, it should have the edge of a black hook. And the loop of a bow. Let's stick you up there to draw. Same here. Why did this one not get the edge of gold? Framing these on cards is gonna be fun. Both are dry. let's do all of these. We're actually going to grab a liner script brush, which is not bad. It's this, which I don't really like using. I'm not particularly good at using them, but I'm wondering if it might make this a little bit easier. We'll see. I don't know that there is an easy way to do this. We're going to try using a liner script. All right, honestly, that's not awful. I just don't use them very often. And so because of that, they're difficult to use. I have friends that are absolutely fantastic at using them. I am just not one of those people. Nope, we're going back to the little brush. We're going back to the little brush. It's like, run away. I've never been a fan of a script brush. They've just I've never had good luck with them. And this is not the time to be playing with a new brush. Or a brush that I've had for a long time that is not my forte. Though I am doing all of the really finicky. Alright, let's just keep working through this pile. I'm so tired of painting these with this brush. And I'm only 5 in. The little bows, which I know is really unpractical for Christmas ornaments. I just have a secret love of them. Okay, we're gonna do all the silver ones, and then we might take a break and then come back to the final set of the color shift ones. All right. And it continues. I wonder how many total card fronts I've done this Christmas. I think I've got to be close to 200 between these and trees. I just don't want to have these hanging over my head, knowing that I have to finish them when I get back from Scriptus. Because I know next week's going to be busy. Three more silver. I can do this 3 more times. We're just going to ignore that other pile. I think lots of the other ones are going to just be black line art, unless people start to donate. To pick a color. Because it's way easier, and it just is slightly easier on my hands as well, even though this brush does have a nice thumb rest. I can't get these brushes anymore, which is sad. Some of these are not going to make it onto the fronts of cards, and that's all right. It happens. And sometimes my hand is just too shaky to make line art with a paintbrush work. And this seems to be one of those moments where I'm just slowly losing the ability to make the paintbrush do what I want it to do. One left. I know I might not get them all done today. I just want to make a sizable dent in the number because I've really only got today, this afternoon, and a little bit of tomorrow to do them. If I don't want them to drag into next week. Because like I'm still going to have to mount things on cards next week. Unless I get really organized. Because also the rest of my card blanks have not arrived from Amazon yet. Because I can't get A1 size cards locally. So I had to order them when I realized that I was almost out. And they won't get here until Saturday, which is after I leave for Scriptus. So I can't. There's going to be some stuff that doesn't happen until next week, but I'd like if all of this was done. All right. Those are different versions of ugly. All right. There's my black pen. Why have you stopped writing? Oh, it's just a little bit of paper. I don't mind that, but I also like so what's up with my bows? Bows are all of a sudden looking really awkward. Oh, because they're really big and originally they didn't have tails. That would explain some things. I want to see if I can do that though. Yep. Cool. Variation. When you're doing this many cards is an important part so that you don't lose your mind. There. That's cute. I like the simplicity. So, continues. These are all dry. We are now down to none of these are getting more shimmery. I think they're already shimmery enough, and I like them as is. I want to finish with these. We have 6. I can do 6. I love that purple and blue one. Oh, I'm so over this. Made a dent though, made a little dent. I have so many more to do. Though I'm happy to say, last night was the first night I actually slept. I've been so anxious because they've been painted, but they haven't been cut, and I hadn't been done painting them. And I'd signed up for a table, but I didn't actually have anything close to being finished, and I was so anxious I wasn't sleeping, which was not doing me any good. Finally sleeping again, which is definitely helping things. Especially with a traumatic brain injury. Like, not sleeping on top of a traumatic brain injury is not part of the plan. Or not part of the plan that keeps me sane. So sparkly. All right. Three left on this one, and then I'm just down to the white paper ones, which are so much easier to do, mostly because I can use black pen on them for this line work section, which is oftentimes, with a shaky hand, the hardest part. It also doesn't help, like, this detail brush has had better days. It was already beat up before it became a shimmer detail brush, and now it's just sad. I'm actually surprised it's not losing bristles everywhere. But I'm grateful that it's not losing bristles everywhere. One left. Oh, I'm so tired of painting. Luckily, this is like the last. Once these are all painted, like that's the last, unless I have to make more fronts for something, like those are the last, at least for Christmas Bazaar, of the Christmas stuff. Unless I decide to do gift tags. At the moment, I've decided against gift tags. Unless I find some of last year's kicking around the studio, which I might. I might still have some left from last year. I don't have it in me to make new gift tags for this year. They're so labor intensive. There we go. And I don't feel like it, is really the answer. That's the spot. I knew there was a spot on one of these cards. I knew there was one little spot that was missing paint. It was on an end. And these were painted on a block, which means on occasion you'll get like a little bit of the glue from the block like on a page. There was a little bit right there, and I found it yesterday when we were cutting them down, and then it ended up in the pile. I went, well, when I'm painting them, I'll find it. So I will come back to this once it's dry, and I'll put the silver back in that section. There we go. So up at the top, you can see which colors are still left. We finished two? Might be done 2 colors so far. We're either done 2 or done 3. Which way? I think this way. There's something about the silver that I just adore. Love this one. Issue is this is liquid chrome. I don't want any of it there. So I'm going to do our strings this way. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a second, which is sad. It's really pretty, but I don't think I can get that silver out. That overspilled. Just disappointing as it's just that little silver smudge. It's going to have this card sold as a second. It happens. Wish it didn't happen to pretty cards, but it happens. So we continue to work through this stack of greens. Oh, I don't actually have that much longer tonight to do this. This is an episode of Desk Chatter tonight. And currently my desk is a hot mess. Which honestly, I don't know that it matters that much. It's a podcast about what's on our desks right now. But I think it needs a little bit of a tidy. Just a little bit. All right. Will somebody be my first ever super chat and pick a tree color? Pick a color. Honestly, at this point, you might get to pick the last couple for the stream because I'm going to have to end things soon. And go get ready for desk chatter. It's so pretty. Just take this one. We're going to do some plain. I think they look really cute. So that's our pile of completed card fronts. So these will all get mounted, or I guess I will go through them all and figure out which ones are seconds and which ones are quote unquote firsts. And then from that, I'll decide there we go. It's the first one we've had to flip sideways. The nice thing about these cards is that they can go any direction, depending on how it works best. Might go like that. Hello. Welcome. I am still working on Christmas cards for the Christmas Bazaar because I've realized that I have to pack for Scriptus Friday and I won't get back until Monday, and setup for Christmas Bazaar is Friday. And so I, actually needed to, it was crunch time. I'm feeling better now. So this is the completed pile of card fronts. So these will all get mounted onto cards. There's a couple in here that are going to be sold as seconds because they're not quite perfect. Most of them, though, are quite good and can be sold at full price. So I'm feeling slightly calmer than I was a couple days ago when we did the last painting live, and I was still a bit frantic. Now, on the other hand, I feel quite good and am like chill and just like working through this really monotonous task, which is doing the line art for all of these Christmas ornaments, because it starts with circles, and I used various sizes of pill containers to get all the circles I wanted. So I am now doing all the line art. So for a super chat, people can pick a color of card and what color I outline in. And And for now, I'm just working through them as I feel like. In a couple different variations. All right. So another one for the done pile. I think these are probably, at least these two will be dry. There we go. Oh, is this the one that yeah. I fixed. There. There we go. The question is, which will run out first, my patience or the black ink in this pen? Because I refilled this a few days ago, but this is not using a small amount of ink. These ones feel like very Cinderella. All right. It's official that the done pile, I think, is bigger than the not done pile, which is making my brain happy. Oh, actually, that's the first green one. There's the green one that I smudged, which is going to be a second. I'm so annoyed that I smudged it because I love this one. It's such a fun green watercolor. And I never really get to use it because it's not super practical in my pieces. And I forgot to do the one down here. Fun, fun, fun. All right, let's let that dry. And then I'll go back and do that last one in the bottom. Really, there's probably, when I'm going through and putting these on cards, like there's probably going to be one or two that, like that one, I missed a spot. It happens. especially when doing this many. One green one left, and then we get to start painting them again. I never thought I'd actually be excited to be painting them, but here we are. That line's off. Well, that's going to be a second. I wonder if I just finish these golds, because I don't have that many golds left, and then they would be done. And that's an appealing thought. They should all be getting gold arches, shouldn't they? Gold I want. That's the gold I want. I love throwing things into my cup of tea. At least it was a pipette and not a paintbrush. This is going to go this way. 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 Sure. How are these going to go? It's going to go that way. That's going to go that way. That's going to go this way. That's going to go this way. Well, that would be a good sideways one as well. Whatever. All right. Let's choose. All right, one down. 2. Three. These ones all get black line art. And actually, I haven't done any that involve black, like harsh line art. They all get black outlines, though. Not outlines. Sticks down to them. None of these have gotten outlines. I might do one with an outline and see if I like it. That might be my test card because I'm not super happy with the hooks on it. That is the perk of gold on gold. Is that, or really anything that's the same color. Is that it's easy to disguise a mistake. Or easier. Just piling things. On surfaces in the studio now. Because really, I think people think my desk is big. My desk is not big. My desk is like, I think it's 18 inches by 22 inches or 24 inches. Like, it's not a big desk. So we're going to continue to paint all these arches. There are 2 gold ones left, and then we're done. Gold ones. That's a wonky one too. Just making them more special edition. All these wonky ones. There's a reason I don't use Midas for detail work. Midas is a great gold for covering large expanses of space. But it's just a little bit chunky for detail work. It is very pretty though. And it's got a very nice pop. So, is this my tester card? Actually, this is going to be it because I just like it more. So, let's tuck these all away. I don't even know that the black pen's going to work over the gold. The answer is it doesn't really. But we're going to do like feathers quite badly. We're going to do all of these on this card, and this is just going to be a second. My seconds this time is turning into a lot of like, tried something and it didn't work, limited editions of one-offs cards, which this is going to be. So they're just going to stay gold with black hooks. I'm wondering though which color it is it's feathering on, because it's very specifically one gold. So I wonder which one gold is our culprit. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess it's the ghost gold. I wish it didn't feather because I like it. Like I like the black outline around the gold. I think it's super cute. It feathers too much though. So let's let that dry. That needed a hook on that bottom one. What was the issue here? I don't know. These ones are done. Okay. Yeah. My idea of doing black outline around the gold didn't work. It feathers one of the golds. Like the black ink, just... Ugh. So they're just gonna stay black. Sorry, they're just gonna stay gold. All right. Am I out of ink? Or are you just clogged? Nope, you're just clogged. Which is fair. I have just sort of tortured you on shimmer paints. Probably need another one over here, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So that's one of those, like, if I need it in the end, we'll do it. So many Christmas cards. And if you're going, it's October, why are you doing Christmas cards? Because our Christmas Bazaar is November 2nd. And so I find myself doing Christmas stuff far earlier than I ever normally do Christmas stuff. Normally, I would not, at this point normally, I might be starting to plan out my Christmas collection. And this year, I am a good portion of the way through my Christmas collection. I actually don't know how much of my Christmas collection I will recreate after this event, because I'm just tired of Christmas. Oh. I like the simpler ones on a couple of them. At this point, if you donate, these are your 3 colors to pick from. You've got green, you've got blue, you've got purple, you've got red. I love all the different variations in these cards. but not quite dry. All right. What I love about these is that they, one, remind me of my local glass studio, but two, they remind me of like opening Christmas boxes, and like there are the ornaments that are tied with ribbons and then on hooks. There are the ornaments that are just on metal hooks. And there are the ornaments that have like pretty bows on them. Like I just... I think I'm probably down to the last 40 cards. So if somebody donates, I will still pull whatever card they ask, but until then, we're just gonna work through this pile. Don't smudge the hollow. All right. I might call time for tonight because it is 5:30 actually, and all those gold ones still need to dry. So we have this many left, which honestly seems manageable. I feel like that's a manageable number. So we're gonna call time because I also still have to find my mic before desk chatter tonight. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah.